Double dollar sign inside. That's right, Black Malone. We right here chilling, nigga. YouTube, Cool Out Sports, fool. Good look.
If you, yeah.
Hey, talking about man, like the food sports people.
All right, thanks. Yep. All right, guys. Fulu coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LWBC. If you like the video, please like the video, and if you like other content on this page, I encourage you to subscribe to the page. Now, you know, I know I'm beating a dead horse when it comes to this whole franchise championship thing. I know I need to just shut up about it and accept reality. But, you know, now that I think about it, I think I was thinking about something, and I say shout out to Main Man for this, because he brought up a very, very good point with this franchise championship. When these belts get handed down, when the original Infinity Stone gets handed down to the guy next in line, in this case it was Jamal Charlo, and it was Devin Haney, right? They were the next in line, okay, to receive their franchise, to receive the regular title. That entails that they have to do basically everything that comes with that regular title. All right. Meaning you handle defenses and paying that sanctioning fee as well. You know what I mean? Now, if I were them, you know, now that I think about it, if I were any WBC regular champion, I know this is going to sound very far-fetched. I know this is going to sound like I'm off of my rocker when I say this, but honestly, any regular WBC champion should drop that belt at this point in time. The reason why I say they need to drop the belt now, because after what Main Man said, he has very valid points. It's like, basically, a franchise champion enjoys all the benefits that a regular champion has, okay? But those are lifetime benefits, okay? Meaning that no matter if you lose, no matter what, you still get to keep the belt, okay? You still, you can't lose that. You can't lose it. You forever have that title of franchise champion. So with that being said, you know, it's not fair to the regular guy that has to put in the work to make these Mando defenses and things like that. But here you have another guy who gets to be a franchise champion, and they don't got to do the groundwork. And there's the potential they can lose the regular championship, you know? Whereas the franchise champion, he enjoys all the benefits that a regular champion has without having to do nothing. So if I were every WBC belt holder, I would drop that belt and be like, okay, well, if you're gonna franchise them, then you better franchise me as well. You know, how come? Why is it that they get that belt or that made up title and don't have to do anything except for like some community service crap, and I get the regular title and I inherit all their debt, basically? And what I mean by inherit debt, I mean I inherit all their mandos that they didn't want to fight. That's how what it's looking like, man. So like, so now all of a sudden, like, you would think, and I did previous videos about this, I didn't know any better at the time, but you would think that, you know, a regular champion would be happy now because they have the belt. I don't think they would be happy now because of the simple fact they have the belt, sure, but they have the debt that came with the belt. And what I mean by that is they have to fight all them mandos that the dude who decided who basically vacated the belt let's keep a spade of spades. When you get a franchise championship, it's basically like vacating the belt, but still having the belt. I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's just the way they're playing this game now. So, honestly, it makes sense to since I mean, I'm gonna just be honest. The WBC did a good job of freezing out certain fighters because they had certain threats. You know, they were certain threats to their guys. What I'm saying now, however, is that what these regular guys should do, who were frozen out, basically, what they should do is they should drop the belt. Because I mean, now they're basically, in a way, like incurring more difficulty than they would have had if they didn't even have the belt. You know, because they wanted to do things the old-fashioned way, be it like work their way up in the rankings and get a title shot, which is the conventional way. Now they have an unconventional way with this franchise championship, where the guy that who basically may not want to fight you because you're a threat to his parade will just say, here, you can have the belt, but you have to do, I'm going to leave you with all my dirty work behind that belt. You know, so if I were these WBC title holders, I wouldn't do another defense in my life, you know, because it's really unfair. You're basically saying, oh, the franchise champion, he can lose and he'll still have that title. They basically invented a lineal championship of their own. You know, there may not be a belt for like this thing, but you know it exists, you know, and that's kind of how they're running this with this whole situation. And so if I were, again, I'll repeat, even if you're unified WBC champion, because look at what just happened right now. Look at just what happened right now, okay? Errol Spence, right? He just won the WBC title from Sean Porter, right? He just won that belt. They're already ordering him to fight Danny Garcia. All right? They're already calling for that fight to happen next. So he doesn't enjoy the privilege of saying, well, you know, I don't want to fight him next. I want to maybe take another route, you know. And unifications trump mandatories. We all know that. But, you know, even if he's like, for example, maybe waiting around for Pacquiao to finally like come around, which I doubt he would. If I were him, I would just not even like do a mandatory with them. It's like, oh, y'all niggas giving franchise championships out, and those dudes don't have to do anything, so why do I have to do something? Why do I have to do something because the guy who I wanted to fight for the regular championship felt a certain type of way about fighting me? And so you just gifted me this belt, and you basically give the guy who I wanted to fight higher, basically, what's the word I'm looking for? You give him, there's a word that they use, you know. I forgot the word. It'll come to me. But I'm trying to say you basically give the guy higher precedence over me. But there's another word, and I'm trying to remember it. They use it in like retail, basically, you know. But it's basically like when you like preference, like you basically have a preference over, like for example, like you go to like maybe a retail store, you're a member of that retail store's like their membership, their credit card or whatever. What happens is that, you know, maybe they have special events or something like that, and they will give you like preferential treatment, you know, so to say. And that's just how it is with this whole WBC thing. Basically, a franchise champion gets way better treatment than a regular champion. So that's what I'm saying. Just drop them shits. Just drop all those WBC belts. As a matter of fact, like, even unified champions should drop those belts. You know? Even if you have, let's say you have an IBF and the WBC belt. You should just drop the WBC. You say, yeah, I don't want it. You know? I suggest they all do that. You know, because Mauricio Suleiman has truly showed what cards he plays. You know? And so I don't have any respect for Mauricio Suleiman at all. You know, and it's crazy because at the fight I saw him in person, and I knew they would have thrown my ass out if I would have like checked him on his tactics. And what I mean by check, asked him a series of questions about his moves, his motives, and things like that. But anyhow, man, that's all I gotta say. You know, I know I've been talking about franchise champions for so long and stuff like that, but you know, Main Man Made Man just kind of sparked something in me that says that, yeah, all them dudes should drop that belt, you know, that WBC belt, until further notice, you know. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts and comments. Fuller signing out. Enjoy.